Let's talk about Indian income tax. Just saying those words can make you feel a little stressed out. But what if I told you we could break down the absolute must-know basics in the next 5 minutes? Well, let's dive right in.
Does the whole idea of filing your taxes just feel like this giant, complicated puzzle? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. It looks way more complicated than it actually is.
And that's exactly why we're here. We are going to cut through all that noise and just give you the essentials. Everything you need to get a handle on it, all in the next 5 minutes. Promise.
Okay, first things first. Before you can even think about paying taxes or filing returns, you need something that I like to call your financial fingerprint, and that is your PAN card.
So, PAN stands for Permanent Account Number. It's this unique 10-character code that the Income Tax Department gives you. Honestly, think of it as your financial passport. It's not optional, and it's what connects pretty much every major financial move you make directly back to you.
So when do you actually need this thing? Well, think about any big financial step. Buying or selling a house for more than 10 lakhs? Yep, you need a PAN. Opening a bank account? You need a PAN. Even just depositing a chunk of cash or paying a big hotel bill, anything over 50,000 rupees, you guessed it, you're going to need that PAN. It's basically everywhere.
And you really have to take this seriously. If you're supposed to provide your PAN and you don't, you could get hit with a penalty of 10,000 rupees. So the message here is simple. Get your PAN card sorted out. It's like step 0.
All right, so you've got your PAN in hand. Now we can move on to the main event, actually filing your income tax return online. You'll hear people call it e-filing.
Believe it or not, the process is pretty straightforward. Step 1, register your PAN on the official income tax website. Step 2, pick the right ITR form, that's the tax return form, for you. Step 3, and this one's a biggie, download your Form 26AS. This form shows you all the tax that's already been deducted and paid for you. Super helpful. Step 4, fill out your form and upload it. And finally, Step 5, the one people always forget, you have to verify your return. You've got 120 days to do it, either online or by printing the form, signing it, and mailing it to Bengaluru. Seriously, your job is not done until you verify.
So, you did it. You hit submit, you verified your return. Now what? Well, your return goes through something called an assessment. Let's make that word a lot less scary. Basically, your return can go down one of two paths. Almost everyone's return goes through what's called a summary assessment. That's just a fancy way of saying an automated computer checkup. The system just cross-references your numbers with the data it already has. But once in a while, a return gets picked for scrutiny assessment. This is where a real person and assessing officer takes a deep dive. They might ask you for proof of your income or deductions just to make sure everything's on the level.
Okay, now that you've got the process down, here's a little pro tip that can save you a big headache. It's a rule called clubbing of income.
In simple terms, this rule is there to stop people from dodging taxes. You can't just move your money into, say, a family member's name who's in a lower tax bracket to save a few bucks. If you do that, any income that money makes gets clubbed or added right back to your income. And guess who pays the tax on it? You do.
The most common way this happens is with spouses. Imagine you give an income-generating asset to your spouse, maybe some stocks or a rental property, but they don't really pay you for it.
Here's a perfect example. Let's say Mr. A gives 5 lakh rupees to his wife. She's smart, so she invests it and makes 40,000 rupees in interest. Well, because that original 5 lakhs was a gift, that 40,000 rupees in interest gets taxed as if it were Mr. A's income, not his wife's.
This same idea applies to your kids too. If your minor child has some income, it usually gets added to the income of whichever parent earns more. But, and this is a really cool exception, if your kid earned that money through their own talent, like they're a singer or an actor, that income is all theirs. It does not get clubbed.
And just one more little detail on that, for every child whose income does get clubbed with yours, you get to claim a small deduction, up to 1,500 rupees. It's not a lot, but it's something.
Phew, we've covered a lot of ground really fast. So let's just pull it all together into a handy little toolkit of the most important things you need to remember.
So what do you absolutely need to walk away with? 1, your PAN card is everything, get it. 2, e-filing is just a 5-step process, but don't you dare forget that last verification step. 3, understand that your return gets checked, usually just by a computer. And 4, be careful about those clubbing rules when you're moving money around in the family.
See?
Not so scary after all. We've laid out the basics, and now the power is really in your hands. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. What's the one step you're going to take today to get a better handle on your taxes?